and welcome to Modern Mystic Messages, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Family, this is a little bit intense for me, so bear with me. I do want to ask, please, in my opinion, this is the most important thing that I'm ever going to say in life, and certainly ever record anywhere. If you are hearing this or seeing it or have the ability to hear it and understand it, I'm asking you, please hear me out to the end. I don't know how I'm going to get all of this out. I'm going to just have to give it how I give it. And I ask whether you agree with what you hear today or not. If you will share it with those that you love, or even if you don't love. Like I said, if ever there was a piece of content that I'm hoping will go viral on this planet, this is it. Because what this is amounting to today is basically a planetary and galactic SOS. Okay? I don't have any other way to say it or put it, because I've been receiving information. I mean, I've been receiving information for a long time, but over the past few months, I understood and got some downloads that I've been kind of grappling with how to go about saying it and why, and couldn't understand why I wasn't getting it said. And then, coincidentally enough, I'm actually visiting my daughter this weekend. And the last time I was here, I had a revelatory moment about some other completely unrelated things. But 2 nights ago, I was led back to go back through some information that I had wanted to share and had been receiving downloads and information about. And it's taken me 2 days to cover it because it was like a 6 hour audio book type presentation. So having to go back through it again, I just hadn't found the time to do it. But I did over the past 2 days. And what I realized that I missed the first time around has clicked some very important things. Truthfully, I wish I had seen it earlier, but I get and understand why I didn't. But now I can't wait any longer to try to find the pretty words or any of the rest of that. So I'm going to just have to say it how I can say it and try to get in to that. Um, First off, so you don't think I'm completely crazy, I do understand that I am uniquely suited and booted for this, so to speak. I have part of my background is I was raised in a very strict, very religious household. When I tell you I've read the Bible, I've read the Bible, I was taught to read from the Bible by the age, well, literally by the age of 3. One of my earliest childhood memories is a whipping that I got over Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. So when I tell you the things that I'm about to say are coming from a place, like I said, I've been uniquely suited and booted to see that, because not only was I taught to read with comprehension from a very young age and taught to read the Bible, so I kind of got the Cliff Notes version of it, so to speak, in. But over time, in the past few years, I've been led to other information, and very recently to the Lost Book of Enki. Now, I haven't gone into all of Zechariah Sitchin's work, but this morning when I was sitting there trying to collect my thoughts, and believe me, I have not slept much over the past couple of days, trying to wrap my mind around what I'm getting ready to say. But it occurred to me this morning that many beautiful light workers, ascended beings, and people that are channeling information and all that, they don't understand the bigness and the full totality of what they're saying. They get their piece of information that they're supposed to work on, and they do an amazing job. And thank you, Brother Sitchin, for taking it upon yourself to make it your life's work to translate those works. I haven't gone into the other works that he did. I was led initially into the Lost Book of Enki, and I'm grateful that I did, and you'll find out why as we continue along. I'm squinting, I'm sorry, trying to make sure that these segments stay short enough that they can get on Instagram and other platforms, because this is important that I'm getting ready to say. But I saw earlier a few months ago that I'm basically the nerdy esoteric librarian, if you will. So I'm going to try to give you the cliff notes without digging too deep into the how and why and whether we choose to believe it or don't believe it. If you can, I'm going to ask you to to give both books equal credence, if you will, in your mind. Within religion, we're taught that our sacred book is the only sacred book with any real valuable information, and everything else is bogus. And I'm going to ask you to set that aside for a few moments and hear what I have to say. Earlier on in my life, one of the things that I questioned was, why is it that Christianity is real, Islam is real, Judaism is real, but when they send us to school and teach us all of those things that we have to learn for the test, it's told to us as mythology. It's a myth. And I'm like, how could that be? These people didn't go climb up the side of these mountains and carve all this stuff out for it to just be a myth. So when I came across Sitchin's work, I took it to understand that most likely it took him. I don't even think it was actually considered authenticated until after his transitioning off this planet. So when he was coming along, that work was published basically as fiction, kind of sort of. People looked at it that way, or the conspiracy theories. Not a lot of credence was given to it, but beautiful brothers and sisters on Astro Legends TV put it in audiobook format and did like semi animated showing of it. But they, like, people have been talking about the Emerald Book Tablets of Thoth lately, and Billy Carson did his amazing compendium on the tablets and all of that. Well, Zachariah Sitchin translated the Lost Book of Enki and put it here in our format, and a lot of people have kind of dismissed it for allegory or his supposition or fiction or what have you. Um, when I heard it a few months ago, I didn't take it as fiction, but like I said, in listening to it, I was kind of sort of doing some other things, and I heard quite a bit, and I was gobsmacked by what I heard, but I still wasn't prepared to speak on it. But when I went back through 2 days ago and listened again, two super important points that I missed, I got now, and that's why I said I don't have a choice. I gotta speak because I believe time is seriously of the essence at this point in time because of world events and what we're seeing and how it all kind of fits together. My daughter and I were laughing yesterday about having a touch of autism. I probably am somewhere on the spectrum. I notice a lot with patterns and things that interest me. I get into super, and in doing so, I saw some very, very interesting information that's fit together in a way that I don't hear a whole lot of people fitting together. They're doing their piece of the work and talking about what they're talking about, but the dots have connected for me in a way that is, and we're going to get into it. I'm getting ready to end this one here. It's a short intro again. Whether you agree with it or want to hear the rest, I'm begging you, please. If you've heard this video, look for part 2 and continue and here on. We're going to get good, but I don't want the videos to get too long, and I'm sorry this intro took so long. But again, I'm full, and this is of importance to every single being on this planet that is able to hear this message. What, regardless of your religion, regardless of your orientation, all of those things I thought I was going to talk about and probably will in some fashion, this is bigger than all of that. So please, please join me for part 2. This is not clickbait, I promise you. At this point, I can't even worry about what it does or doesn't do. I don't have a social reputation to destroy or make or anything. This is out of my love for humanity that I'm sharing this, and I am begging you to hear me out and to share it to anybody and everybody that you care about. I love you, Earth family, soul family. And like I said, it's a galactic SOS too. I am really, truthfully wanting to thank the faithful scribe on Dupsa for his loyal work. And I am thanking Lord Inky for the spiritual SOS or flare that he sent us, and letting him know that yes, one of the chosen ones has received it and understands. I'm sending that message out as well. But family, join me here in just a moment or two. I'll be back for part two. I love you so much. Peace and blessings to you. Namaste.